Let's see, today for day number 9, password cracking Christmas. The usual videos from two creators. Task number 1, introduction. With time between Easter and Christmas being destabilized, the once quiet systems of the biggest festival company began showing traces of encrypted data buried deep within their servers. Sir Carrot Bain stumbled upon a series of locked PDF and zip files labeled North Pole Asset List. Rumors spread that these could contain fragments of Santa's Master Gift Registry, critical information that could help Malher control the festive balance between both worlds. Sir Carrot Bain sets out to crack the encryption, learning how weak passwords can expose even the most guarded secrets. Can the elves adapt fast and prevent their secrets from being discovered? Learning objectives: how password-based encryption protects files such as PDFs and zip archives, why weak passwords make encrypted files vulnerable, how attackers use dictionary and brute force attacks to recover passwords, a hands-on exercise cracking the password on an encrypted file to reveal its contents, and then the importance of using a strong, complex password to defend against these attacks. A few simple points to remember: the strength of protection depends almost entirely on the password. Short and common passwords can be guessed. Long random passwords are far harder to break. Different file formats use different algorithms and key derivation methods, for example PDF encryption and zip encryption, differ in details. How the key is derived, salt use, number of hash iterations that affects how easy or hard cracking is. Many consumer tools still support legacy or weak models, particularly old zip encryption, that makes some encryption archives much easier to attack than modern, well-implemented schemes. Encryption protects data confidentiality only. It does not prevent someone with access to the encrypted file from trying to guess the password offline. To make it simple, encryption makes the contents unreadable unless the correct password is known. If the password is weak, the attacker can simply try likely passwords until one works. Connecting to the machine. So in this one, we have to open the virtual machine. We have a split screen and then credentials to log in via RDP, VNC, or SSH. Alternatively, we can use, alright, so these are credentials. After the machine will start, we have the IP of it, and then this command, you can use it in order to connect with SSH. Answer the questions below. I have successfully started the target machine in split view or connected via the TryHackMe VPN and SSH. Task number 2. Attacks against encrypted files. How attackers recover weak passwords. Attackers don't usually try to break the encryption itself because that would take far too long with modern cryptography. Instead, they focus on guessing the password that protects the file. The two most common ways of doing this are dictionary attack and brute force or mask attacks. Dictionary attacks. A dictionary attack is the type of attack that uses a predefined list of potential passwords known as word lists. If you remember, I just seen in a computer not long ago in a lab, I've seen a rocku.txt. Basically, that's a word list. It's just a text document with the most common passwords used by users or in CTFs like this one. In a dictionary attack, the attacker uses a predefined list of potential passwords known as word list and tests each one until the correct password is found. This word list often contains leaked passwords from previous breaches, common substitutions like password 123, predictable combinations of names and dates, and other patterns that people frequently use. Because many users choose weak or common passwords, dictionary attacks are usually fast and highly effective. This is just a side note and a pretty funny situation that happened not a long time ago. For instance, the last hijack in Louvre in Paris. So their system password was actually Louvre. That's it. Crazy, right? Mask attacks. Brute force and mask attacks go one step further. A brute force attack systematically tries every possible combination of characters until it finds the right one. While this guarantees success eventually, the time it takes grows exponentially with the length and complexity of the password. Mask attacks aim to reduce the time that limit by limiting guesses to a specific format. For example, triangle combinations of 3 lowercase letters followed by 2 digits. By narrowing the search space, mask attacks strike a balance between speed and thoroughness, especially when the attacker has some idea of how the password might be structured. Practical tips attackers use and defenders should know about. Start with the word list, fast wins. Common list rockyou.txt and then common passwords.txt. If the word list fails, move to the target word list, company names, project names, or data from the target. If that fails, try mask or incremental attacks on short passwords like this. 3 lowercase letters plus 2 digits, which is used as a password mask format by password cracker tool. Use GPU accelerated cracking when possible. It dramatically speeds up the attack for some algorithms. Keep an eye on resource use. Cracking is GPU CPU intensive. The behavior can be detected on a monitored endpoint. We have the exercise. Let's open the split view. You will find the files for this section in the desktop, right? We have here a zip. We have here John. We have the flag. You will find the files from the section in desktop directory on the machine. Switch it by running change directory to desktop in the terminal. Yes, because we are now in the user's Ubuntu home directory. Where do we have to go? Desktop. Over. Actually, no. I was good in there. Here we have to go to desktop. And now we have these files that we seen here above there. We have them here. Confirm the file type. Use the file command or open the file with the hex viewer. This helps pick the right tools. So basically by using the file tool, we can check the type of a file for flag, which is a zip archive data, right? At least version 2.0 to extract. And for, let's see, flag.pdf, this one is a PDF document, version 1.7. It has 1 page. If it's a PDF, proceed with PDF tools. If it's a zip, proceed with zip tools. Tools to be used, right? PDF crack, John via PDF to John. F crack zip John, zip to John. General John. Very flexible, and hashcat, GPU acceleration, and more advanced. So basically these are tools in order to crack PDF and zip files, and these two are just extensions of the tool John. Or you can use or you can also use hashcat for the brute force. Try a dictionary attack first. Fast, often successful. So they use PDF crack, right? PDF crack. Then we have the file provided is the PDF one. Then we have the word list, which is rockyou.txt. Let's see how this will work. PDF crack for the file flag.pdf. Word list from user share word list rockyou.txt. Let's see how this will go. Security handler standard PDF 1.7 version. Length file. All right. Password found, not a list. Example using John. Zip to John for the zip one. Okay, then we go to zip to John. Let's see, it's just we just offer the file and then we output it to zip hash.txt. Let's see, get zip hash.txt. We see the hashed flag, and then right? Okay, so we created with this one the hash for the zip file. And then, okay, and then by using John, okay, then we use the John file with word list equals from user. Something is not all right. Let me see. Word list from user share word list rock.txt, and then we provide the zip text file. Winter forever. Okay, so basically we found it based on our hash over here because we used zip to John in order to have the hash. And then we offered this file that has the hash. We offered to John with rock.txt word list in order to crack it. Detection of indicators and telemetry. Offline cracking does not hit login services, so lockouts and fail logon dashboards stay quiet. We can detect the work where it runs on endpoints and jump boxes. The important signals to monitor include process creation. Password cracking has a small set of well-known binaries and command patterns that we can look out for. A mix of process events, file activity, GPU signals, and network touches tied to tooling and word lists. Our goal is to make the activity obvious without drowning in noise. Binaries and aliases: John, hashcat, fcrack zip, pdf crack, zip to John, pdf to John, .pl, 7z, qpdf, unzip, 7za, perl, invoking, pdf to John.pl. Command line traits, word lists, -w, -rules, mask, a3m in hashcat refers rockU, references to rockU.tsc, sec list, zip to John, and pdf to John. Don't worry about these names. You will get eventually what all of these are, right? You will see them more often, and TryHackMe has rooms where they will explain these. It's worth noting that on Windows systems, sysmon event ID1 captures process creation with full command line properties, while on Linux, audit d execve or EDR sensors capture binaries and arguments, GPU and resource artifacts. GPU cracking is loud. Sudden high utilization on hosts can be picked up and would need to be investigated. NVIDIA SMI shows long-running processes named hashcat or John. High steady GPU utilization and power draw while the fan curve spikes. Libraries load in nvcuda.dll, opencl.dll, libcuda, AMD doc L64.dll. Network hints light but useful. Offline cracking does not need the network once where lists are present yet. Most operators fetch lists and tools first. Downloads of large text files named rocky.txt or git clones of popular word list repos. Package installations, for example, apt install John hashcat detected by EDR package telemetry. Tool updates and driver fetches for GPU runtime. Unusual file reads. Repeated reads on files such as word lists or encrypted files would need analysis. Detection. Below are some examples of detected rules and hunting queries we can put to use across various environments. Sysmon. Right, and here we can see, okay, these are the rules. Linux audit rules, temporary for an investigation. Right here, another set of rules. Sigma style rules, Windows process, create for cracking tools. Okay, here you can see for Windows. Okay. Response playbook. As security analysts in Revolut, it is important to have a playbook to follow when such incidents occur. The immediate actions to take are isolate the host if malicious activity is detected. If it is a lab, tag and suppress. Capture triage artifacts such as process list, process memory dumps, NVIDIA SMI sample output, open files, and the encrypted file. Preserve the working directory, word list, hash files, and shell history. Review which files were decrypted. Search for follow-on access, lateral movement, or exfiltration. Identify the origin and intent of the activity. Was this authorized? If not, escalate to the IR team. Remediate the activity, rotate affected keys and passwords, and enforce MFA for accounts. Close the education and correct placement of tools into approved sandboxes. Answer the questions below. What is the flag inside the encrypted PDF? Open flag.pdf. The password is not a list. This is for the PDF. Password for open flag.zip file. Extract. Let's see. Winter forever. Show files. This is the flag one. The flag for zip file. For those who want another challenge, have a look around the virtual machine to get access to the key for side quest number 2, accessible through our side quest hub. We'll leave this outside for now. If you enjoyed this room, feel free to check out the password attack room. We will do that. So let's check this in order to get our tickets. But we have to go back for the side quests